A toy drive right here in Muncie, how one man is making it possible to help strangers this holiday season.
And students are preparing to head home for the holidays, what officials are recommending.
Sunny skies and warmer temperatures are in our future, but when? That's ahead.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Zach Jones.
And I'm Libby Kleemeyer.
With the holiday season approaching, people are starting to think about what to give not only their families, but to others in the community.
NewsLink Indiana's Anna Chalker is live with us tonight in the newsroom to show us how one Muncie man is doing just that. Anna, what's he working on?
Good evening, Zach and Libby. Now, you all may know Matthew Pfeiffer as the Muncie Smile Man, but this Christmas season, he's bringing a different kind of joy to families in need around Indiana.
I was in their shoes once, and I know exactly how it feels to go through Christmas without gifts and without the family atmosphere.
After Matthew Pfeiffer and his sister spent many years in foster care, he knew that he wanted to give back to children in the same circumstances he lived through. That's why he started the first annual Foster Youth Toy Drive. This event will not only go to the foster children in Muncie, but to others in the Northeast Indiana region.
Some kids in Grant County. Delaware County is where our higher population is, and then we have some in Henry, Madison, and Blackford counties.
And programs like Benchmark and Foster Select could not do their normal Christmas activities due to COVID-19. Pfeiffer felt that he needed to step in with the toy drive.
Kids are cooped up at home, and it's definitely impacting them emotionally.
Along with the toy drive, a silent auction will take place to create care packages for families in need.
December 11th, we're going to be doing an auction online at 7 o'clock. You'll be able to get online before that for the silent part of it, and then we got live auctions going on.
If people are wanting to donate, Pfeiffer encourages them to go to A Voice for Kids online or on Facebook to get the full details.
When people fill out the Google Docs form, I will get alerted, and then I will send a child's name to them.
The way that Pfeiffer's story impacted so many people in Muncie, Mayor Dan Ridenhour felt a connection to this event and knew he had to help.
Our family had foster youth, and I can remember distinctly when Steve, who was one of those, when he came back about 8 years afterwards, and he had grown up and he now had kids of his own, and I remember, I'm trying not to get too emotional, but I remember him telling my mother how much he appreciated what she had done. And so I know how important this is. So when Matt brought this to me, there was no way the city of Muncie and this office was going to be left out of trying to help change lives in some way, shape, or form, because I know the difference it can make.
Now there's already an estimated 221 children already listed in the donations, and collection boxes have been placed at Kramer Insurance and the Red Apple Cafe, with more boxes being delivered to businesses in the coming days. If you are wishing to donate or have any questions about the toy drive, you can go to avoiceforkids.com. For now, live in the newsroom, Anna Chalker, NewsLink Indiana. Libby and Zach.
Anna, thank you.
And as our students head home in just days, health experts and government officials are warning people in the U.S. not to get together with people from other households as the coronavirus cases surge across the country. And with many new advisories and restrictions in place, officials are advising those traveling between states to look up any new guidelines or procedures before heading home.
Here in the Midwest, Chicago is still requiring a 14-day quarantine.
And in Indiana, Marion County is still on a travel watch, meaning the state recommends only essential travel, and Henry County under an advisory. Ball State estimates that here on campus there are 87 active student cases.
Looking statewide, Governor Eric Holcomb is quarantining after members of his security team test positive for COVID-19. The governor and his wife are both considered to be close contacts. Their quarantine started today under the guidance of State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box. The Holcombs will be tested later this week. Dr. Box and Chief Medical Officer Dr. Lindsay Weaver will lead tomorrow's weekly COVID-19 update. The governor will join by phone. You can watch the briefing tomorrow at 2:30 on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
Meanwhile, Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley has tested positive. Grassley is 87 years old and the longest-serving Republican senator. At least 2 members announced yesterday that they tested positive. Another one said he's isolating following close contact with someone who tested positive.
Meanwhile, Pfizer is preparing to file emergency use authorization for a COVID-19 vaccine. That's according to the company's CEO. Last week, Pfizer announced its coronavirus vaccine appeared to be more than 90% effective based on early data, but didn't have enough research to seek emergency use authorization. Now the company says the vaccine trial has reached its safety milestone.
While we wait on an official vaccine, nearly 800 nurses are out of the hospital and on the picket line. These nurses here work at St. Mary Medical Center in Pennsylvania, but they say by walking off the job, they are fighting for their patients. They want to negotiate a new contract, higher wages, and patient safety. The nurses say COVID-19 has them caring for more patients than they should, and that is putting patients at risk. The hospital's owner says the nurses rejected a contract that included higher pay last week, but the nurses say the strike will continue tomorrow if necessary. Now, I know today that weather just kind of smacked me in the face. It was
oh my goodness, it was so cold. I had my fuzzy hat on, my gloves on, everything. Natasha,
freezing,
hopefully that doesn't continue, but will it?
Well, we aren't really done with those winds yet, and we are still seeing cooler temperatures across the area right now. 30 degrees in Bloomington, 36 degrees in Champaign, 34 degrees over in Shelbyville. Now, we are clear, though, on the radar. This is due to a high-pressure system off to our west. That's going to leave us clear for much of the week this week, and I am tracking that along with those windy conditions. Again, you're going to want to hang on to your hats and a possible warm-up this week, which, I mean, it's not going to get too warm, but it's definitely something to be excited for. I know this cold weather.
So what I'm hearing though is cold weather. That's basically the story.
Not as cold, but still a little cold.
Okay, well, I guess we'll take it.
Yeah, I guess.
Taking a look nationally though, tonight President Donald Trump has fired his top security official who has vouched for the 2020 election.
This comes roughly 24 hours after Trump fired Secretary of Defense Mark Esper. A total of 4 senior civilian officials have been fired or resigned since Monday.
Meanwhile, the Biden-Harris team continues to push forward with preparations to take over U.S. response to the coronavirus pandemic.
That's despite stonewalling by the Trump administration. Today, their focus was on the economic consequences.
Once we shut down the virus and deliver economic relief to workers and businesses, then we can start to build back better than before. We talked about how we have an opportunity to come out of this stronger.
Their transition is still without key funding or security clearances. President Donald Trump, who has not yet conceded, is still claiming election fraud.
And with Inauguration Day about 9 weeks away, President Trump's National Security Advisor, Robert O'Brien, acknowledging today the reality ahead.
If the Biden-Harris ticket is determined to be the winner, and it's, obviously things look that way now, we'll have a very professional transition from the National Security Council.
With access to federal agencies blocked until the Trump administration signs off, the Biden-Harris team has been making their own calls to governors and public health officials on pandemic planning, including eventual vaccine distribution.
The fall semester is days away from going remote.
NewsLink Indiana sat down with a student opening up about her struggles this fall semester in hopes of inspiring others. We'll hear from her in moments. Stay with us.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Students' mental health has been a concern for some this semester because of COVID-19 and no breaks from classes. NewsLink Indiana's Emily Harless followed a student during her day to see how she deals with anxiety and depression.
I started truly noticing it the winter of my sophomore year of high school.
Junior nursing major Anna Peterson knows the battle of mental health all too well.
My freshman year of high school, my grandma died, and it was like a really big thing for me. And I'm a person that like suppresses my feelings, so I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Like, don't worry about it. And everything kind of just really hit hard like that following year.
Now, 6 years later, she is trying to navigate a school year not seen in recent history. Most of her classes are online. Peterson, among many students who've gone through a semester that had classes on Labor Day and no fall break.
I just constantly feel like I'm missing something or behind on something.
However, Peterson is worried the spring could bring similar stress. BSU officials announcing students must be tested for COVID-19 before the start of next semester, one that will start a week later than originally planned without a spring break. Ball State President Jeffrey Mearns says as difficult as it may be, it's the best thing to do.
Again, wanted to put a little bit more time between the holiday season and particularly the New Year's holiday, when we know that there will be some possibility of students socializing with larger groups. So moving it from the 11th to the 19th puts more than 2 weeks between that New Year's holiday and the start of classes.
But Mearns says he hopes 3 study days next semester will help reduce stress.
We know it is not a perfect substitute for spring break. We know there's a difference between being able to get away for an entire week, but we thought it would provide just a little bit of relief.
And while Mearns gets ready for students to come back, Peterson hopes these breaks will help, but is unsure if it replaces spring break.
In like an overall view, like those are going to be beneficial. I do wish there was like longer periods though, because like one day isn't really going to do too terribly much.
But the 3 study days are what students will have to look forward to in terms of a mental health break. In Muncie, Emily Harless, NewsLink, Indiana. And in the interest of transparency, Emily and Peterson are in the same Greek life organization, but had little to no contact before filming this story. We've got more information about the changes for next semester online at ballstatedaily.com.
Moving along to your consumer news tonight, last quarter, America's mortgage debt hit a record high of nearly $10 trillion. Data shows more people are out buying houses and refinancing their mortgages. At the beginning of November, mortgage rates fell to a record low, the 12th record low in 2020. And it's not just home loans that are booming. Auto loans are rising as well. Auto loans and leases debt climbed to the highest level on record, $1.23 trillion. Now, obviously that weather was not the best. We'd mentioned it earlier. I know we're going to see those cold temps, but hopefully don't continue too long.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to see above average temps here soon, so definitely something to look forward to in the coming days.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey Bobo, Do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hurricane Iota made landfall along the coast of Nicaragua Monday night as an extreme dangerous Category 4 hurricane.
Families in Honduras have evacuated. Mexico is seeing heavy flooding. Natasha, could you tell us a little bit more about what's going on down there?
Yes, there are landslides and just a whole bunch of flooding. We are really thinking about those people down there. The storm is weakening now. It's a tropical storm. It's going to turn into a low pressure system by tomorrow. Hopefully they will see relief down there soon. We're not going to be impacted by this system here though. In fact, we are seeing mostly clear skies right now and also temperatures at 33 degrees. So very cool at that. And it was a very gusty day today, but the winds have died down a little bit from the west at 6 miles per hour. Now those winds, they will pick up as we go into tomorrow around 11 a.m. That's when we're going to start to see the gust over 10 miles per hour. Then as we go further into the evening, we're going to see closer to 20 miles per hour, and then they're going to go above 20 miles per hour by the time we reach Wednesday evening. And into Thursday, we could see gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So another slapping in the face day at that. And temperatures will be cooler with this. We're also seeing cooler temperatures right now. 30 degrees down in Bloomington, 36 in Champaign, 31 degrees currently in Cincinnati. On the radar, we are clear. There's a high pressure system off to our west that's going to keep us dry for a couple of days here. A few clouds off to the west, those are dissipating a little bit. Then off to the east, they are seeing this lake effect snow. I'm happy that we're not seeing any of that here. That can stay off to the east there, but something certainly just to be thankful for, because again, we are seeing these mostly clear skies tonight. The temperature is dropping down to 27 degrees for the low, so very chilly. We're going to warm up just a little bit as we head into tomorrow, only into the upper 40s, 47 for the high tomorrow, but we will be seeing those sunny skies. And we are going to see warmer temperatures after tomorrow, above average temperatures at that. That's because of the jet stream. The jet stream separates two air masses, a warm air mass to the south and a cool air mass to the north. Now, if you notice, we are in this cooler air mass trough, so that's bringing the cooler temperatures that we are seeing. But as we head throughout the next day, this ridge of the warmer air mass is going to move into our area, bringing us to warmer temperatures, and that also is going to move along, and we're going to start to see the cooler temperatures by the time we reach the weekend. Now, we will be seeing sweater weather on the fall meter, even though we are going to see warmer temperatures. On the mid-7-day forecast, you can see these warmer temperatures in the lower 60s Thursday and Friday. They're going to stay with us through Sunday. A cold front will pass through, and then we're going to see temperatures back into the 40s again by next week.
Wow. So some warmer temperatures actually. So
yeah, actually warmer
Finally.
temperatures.
Yeah.
A local athletic director opens up about his battle with COVID-19. Find out who next.
And Ball State football kicks off the battle for the Bronze Stalk Trophy tomorrow. A preview of the big game after the break.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds. We surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not funny.
What on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back. I'm Nick Lawler with sports. Blackford High School Athletic Director Tony Ugan was one of many struggling with complications from COVID-19. NewsLink Indiana's Blake Dahlia sat down with him to hear about his incredible comeback story.
Just finished. 5th trip. The front door. It was scary because we didn't know what happened.
September 3rd, 2020, the day Tony Ugan was hospitalized with COVID-19 and eventually going into intensive care.
They'd asked me the one thing nobody wants to hear, do you have a will? You know, and I don't want to say that I was near death, but I was in that range where it was a possibility.
And for his daughter living in Oregon, things made that much more difficult.
The scariest part of everything was when you start getting messages about this is what I would want my funeral to be like, and that's when it was like, okay, this is very serious. You just keep playing back the last time you saw that person again. So I just kept thinking, the last time I saw my dad, like, is that going to be the last time that I see my dad?
Ugan spent 3 weeks here at Ball Memorial Hospital in his first of 2 stays. 11 of those days were spent in the ICU. And if you walked a mere 10 feet to go to the bathroom or get a snack, it would leave him completely exhausted.
I came to the conclusion of that I'm satisfied with what I've accomplished in life, and came to the reality that, you know, I could die, didn't think I would, and I told my wife, I said, I'm not afraid of dying. I've accomplished what I needed to in my life.
But after weeks of isolation, Ugan doing what every patient wants to do, come back home.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And not stopping at that. The next step, going back to work.
We were very happy for him, but reserved in the sense we wanted to make sure he wasn't going to push himself too hard.
You think about life and whatnot and what you have, and you surely find out who really cares about you.
His family thrilled to have him back.
It's hard to even describe how much my dad means to me and how much he's given me and been there for me.
And next step, one of their favorite pastimes, going on family road trips together. In Hartford City, Blake Dahlia, NewsLink, Indiana.
He is known for being physically active, and after his release from the hospital, he's been doing a series of 3-mile-long walks. Now back to Ball State, the Cardinals basketball team finding out today that they'll have a little extra help this year. Incoming transfers Jalen Wyndham and Josh Bryan being granted immediate eligibility by the NCAA for the 2020 season. Wyndham, entering his sophomore season, transferring from Creighton, who ranked as high as 7th in the AP poll in 2019. And Josh Bryan, a 6'2" guard from Delta High School, coming up from Division II basketball, following his freshman season at UIndy. And finally tonight, handing things off to football. The Cardinals hosting Northern Illinois tomorrow night in a rivalry game for the Bronze Stock Trophy. Ball State winning it last season, knocking off the Huskies 27-20. Ball State and Northern Illinois will kick off at 7 o'clock, and that game can be seen on ESPN3. Now, Zach and Libby, I know personally I am pretty pumped to see Ball State back in action. Are you guys excited for tomorrow night?
Oh my goodness, yes. The second game, right? Second home game?
Absolutely.
Woo!
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm actually going to be attending, so I know I'm going to freeze, but I'm very excited to go. It's going to be...
So, you're a sportsman. Who's winning?
I am taking Ball State all day. I think this is a huge game for them, and I think if they can win, it's going to be awesome for the MAC.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be cold that night? I know it's supposed to be pretty freezing that night, right?
We're going to be freezing.
Okay, so wear your jacket, Libby.
Yeah, I'm going to wear layers and, like all that fun, but, Now, thank you, Nick. A look at trending and a final check at weather in just a moment.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me? I got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Time for us to take a look at what's trending.
Joining us now in the NewsLink Indiana's Brianna Morton. What's trending tonight?
Good evening, Zach and Libby. If you've been scrolling on Twitter today, likely you saw a new feature. It has launched Fleets today. Similar to the story format used by Snapchat, the post will only be up for 24 hours. Unlike typical tweets, Fleets do not get retweets or public replies. Users are only able to react or respond with direct messages. And by the end of the year, Twitter plans on releasing a new experiment called Audio Spaces. It's described as a live audio space where multiple people can communicate and discuss a topic. While Twitter adds a new feature and Hulu is adding a few dollars to its price. The Disney-controlled company began notifying customers on Monday. The new rate will be $10 a month more on both of the two live TV bundles. This comes exactly 1 year after Hulu last raised prices. This will go into effect on December 18th. If you do not have a live TV subscription, the price will not go up. Hulu currently is the largest live TV streaming service in the U.S. with 4 million subscribers. That's all for trending news. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Brianna. Can we get a final look at that weather?
Yes, we are going to see some cooler temperatures for tomorrow at least, and then we're going to warm up into the lower 60s through the weekend. Some chances of rain this weekend as a cold front is set to pass through. That's going to drop temperatures back into the 40s, 46 on Monday, 48 on Tuesday. So definitely be sure to soak in the sunshine on Wednesday because we're also going to see mostly cloudy skies starting Friday. Definitely something to look forward to, that those warmer temperatures, the sunny skies, definitely something to look forward to in the week ahead.
All right, thank you, Natasha. Though he couldn't be here tonight, we do want to give a congratulations to NewsLink Indiana's Tucker White as he graduates from Ball State in December. While we hate to see him go, we are excited to see where his future takes him. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.